Hi everybody. So today I want to talk to you all about the Magpul MOE Plus grip. This is a really nice grip. I'm very happy with it. You've got the rubberized texture. You've got a little bit thicker grip in general. It's going to be a bit thicker than the standard A2. In addition, the reason that I like it, or one of the many reasons I like it, is if you guys can see there, you've got a bit more material here in the back, not even including that beaver tail, which is nice, but you've got a bit more material, so when you go to grab the weapon, especially if you've got bigger hands, you're not going to be wrapping all the way around the dang thing, okay? I feel like sometimes I'm going to be getting my fingers caught under my palm there. With this grip, it holds my hand back a little bit further, it puts my finger on the trigger in a better position, and I definitely like that. It's very comfortable to hold on to. It does have the storage compartment in the bottom. When you first get it, it's probably going to be a little stiff. This one's fairly new, so you can see it takes some working, at least on this one, for me to get it out of there. If I had gloves on, that would probably be a real pain, so just be aware of that. They do make other storage compartments or storage or little base plates like this that'll hold, say, a bolt and a firing pin or batteries. I've heard good things and bad things about those. So kind of try those out at your own risk. If it was my choice and I wanted to throw a bolt or a firing pin in there, I'd just wrap it up in maybe a paper towel so it's not rattling around all over the place and stick it in there. I feel like I'd get more storage with that than taking up extra room with a bigger base plate. So when you're installing this onto the lower, I'll show you this right here, there's some things you need to be aware of. So when you go to take out that grip and you pull that screw out, if you just yank this thing off, you're going to be dropping parts all over the place. You have right here a safety selector spring, or just a selector spring. You have a selector detent, very small, and you have the safety selector itself. You've got the potential to lose all three of those if you just pull this thing off here and you just think you're going to screw the other one back on. So let me show you how this works. When you pull this grip off, let's put this back together. So safety will go in here in case you guys did pull it out and you need to put it back together. Your detent is going to drop in pointy side down. That's going to hold in the selector. And then you would install the spring usually into the grip first. Make sure you do not pinch or crease that spring. You don't want to fold it over or anything like that. And that's going to hold in your safety selector. Alright, so those three parts have the potential to go flying. If you pull it out with the grip like this, you're going to drop everything out of there. Alright. Now when you go to lift this out, let's say you get the other one out, that spring should be the only thing that you really have to play with. If you're paying attention, the rest of that will stay right in there. So you'll take your new grip, drop the spring in the little hole. Now I've noticed that this hole seems to be maybe a tad bit shorter than in the A2 grip. Just enough for me to notice. You can see there a difference in the safety selector. It's a bit stiffer. I don't mind that. I actually prefer a little bit stiffer safety. But if you wanted to, you could just cut one of the little rings off this spring here. So hold that spring in and install it down. Make sure you do not bend that spring. So we're in there. Everything's looking good. Before I screw it on, I'll just make sure safety's working just fine. And then from there, you'd install the screw. The Magpul one uses a Allen head, or you could use a flathead screwdriver. I prefer to use the Allen head just because I get a little bit better grip on it. So you don't need to over tighten this thing. You don't want to be stripping it out. Have to go back in and re-tap that. So get it tight, but don't over tighten it. I'd much rather have to go back in and tighten it up a little bit more if I notice it was getting a little loose or something than to have to do all the work in like I said, re-tapping that. So the Magpul MOE Plus, definitely like it. The only drawback might be is for the OD green color. You'll notice there's a slight color difference with the other OD green products that Magpul makes. I don't believe that's an issue if you're using like flat dark earth or foliage, something like that. But if you do go with the OD, just be aware of that. I don't care. Some of you guys might. So just pay attention if you're looking for something that just looks pretty. You don't care how it works. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you soon.